On this edition of FAFO, the one where the lady voted for him 3 times. Back in January of 2025, user The Patriotic Blonde wrote on X saying Trump has already accomplished more to better the American people in his 1 week in office than the last 3 Democratic presidents did in their entire presidencies combined. In 1 week, he's earned a place on Mount Rushmore. Then on June 14th, 2025, she wrote, "Happy birthday, President Trump. Thank you for all you're doing to make America great again." She also wrote, "To those of you calling Trump a tyrant, a dictator, or a wannabe king, call it whatever you want. He's doing exactly what we the people hired him to do. Make America great again. It's about something much greater than you. Your feelings are of no importance to history." Well, let's see how she's doing in much more recent days. On October 27th, 2025, she wrote, "I voted for the man 3 times. I worked for 2 of his presidential campaigns. Would I vote for him again? F no." And here's the funny one. 19 hours ago, she wrote, "I have no idea why we think we have any right to be shocked that the economy sucks. The leader of the free world only filed for bankruptcy 6 effing times." If you know that he filed bankruptcy 6 effing times, and then you voted for him 3 times, then it's completely on you, lady. See, you were too busy not seeing it like 1930s Germany to not see what type of person he is. Also, you worked on his presidential campaign twice, knowing the knowledge about his bankruptcies too. But in conclusion, all I have to say to you is thoughts and economies. And have the economy that you voted for. Bye.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Global Views with Josh, the channel where we break down the news, the noise, and the nonsense, all with a little edge, a little insight, and yes, just the right amount of sarcasm to keep it entertaining. Now, today's story, grab your popcorn, because America is doing that thing it loves to do, acting shocked when the consequences finally show up like an overdue bill. So, what happens when you vote for the same guy 3 times and then discover that the greatness he promised was gonna come with jobless, soaring prices, collapsing trust, and bills that make your soul leave your body? Well, apparently you FAFO. So let's get into it.
I continue to see video after video of MAGA defectors. These are people who voted for Trump up to 3 times and now totally regret their vote. Whatever that line is, it's been crossed. For many people, it's the Epstein files. I continue to be slightly confused as to why that is the line. But it is the line for a lot of people. And some of the problems I'm seeing, and forgive me for saying this, comes from the left side, who are refusing to accept these people who no longer want to align themselves with Trump. There are plenty of people who are born and bred left-leaning. But there are so many people in this country who absolutely have not had the chance to deconstruct some of the propaganda they were raised with. And it's taken till now. So we have 2 options. We either reject those people or we accept them. And if we don't accept them, I think we're going to have a giant problem moving forward.
On this edition of FAFO, titled "Shit Hasn't Changed Even Though I Voted for Him 3 Times," meet Janique Jones from Pennsylvania. She's a 3-time Trump voter, and let's hear what she has to say. And for a little bit of context, she's a credit specialist that has a lot of clients. And this is what some of her clients are saying.
My husband lost all of his overtime. My kids' daycare went up. Can't afford the cost of food. Using credit cards for everyday expenses. No money left after their bills are paid. Pretty much just a whole bunch of financial mess.
We changed presidents at the beginning of the year.
We did.
And the guy who moved into the White House said that he was going to fix it. Several times he said it would be easy.
Absolutely.
Has he fixed it?
Absolutely not. I'm definitely waiting for him to fix it.
He's a 3-time Trump voter, but she says he has simply failed to keep his promise to lower the cost of living.
I'm very let down by that. very, very let down because I feel like it's only gotten worse.
I have a very, very strong feeling that if you were able to run again, you would vote for this shit again. And what I will say about Pennsylvania is that during the election cycle, 50.4% of voters voted for this. Meaning that if some of them voted for this multiple times, then they're probably gonna have to be able to pull themselves up by the bootstraps like they tell other people to. Because it sounds like some of y'all didn't learn about the stuff that happened during his first term, and how he mishandled a lot of things. And then y'all decided to vote for it 2 more times afterwards. But in conclusion, all I have to say about this is, have the day that you voted for. Bye.
This is how it went.
No, you can't stay there, and I'm sure you will find.
Very happy and excited that Trump won. As far as financially, obviously nothing's really changed. We're still under the Biden administration. But I know that it is coming,
And this is how it's going.
so I admit I regret my vote for Donald Trump. I regret it because I needed these changes sooner. I needed the prices to go down sooner so that I didn't drain out my bank account.
Yeah, you regret your vote. And you know what? You're saying that you regret your vote. You're on video here crying your eyes out because you learned the hard way that Donald Trump does not mean lower prices for you. He again stated over and over and over again that he was going to do blanket tariffs. We told you he was going to raise prices. You guys said, no, we don't know what we're talking about. Experts who've studied this for 10 plus years now, they just don't know. And now you're suffering the consequences of raising prices in a shitty economy, and you're begging.
This Trump supporter on Snap is finding out the hard way. Betty Zretter is a 63-year-old caregiver from New York. She voted for Donald Trump because she thought he cared about struggling Americans. Now, she's finding out the truth. While her and her family go hungry and watch the programs they depend on collapse, Donald Trump's having great Gatsby parties. Because of the Republican government shutdown, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, has been tossed to the side and thrown down the stairs, just like Trump's first wife. 42 million Americans rely on SNAP benefits to eat. The Department of Agriculture said, the well has run dry. Betty's daughter Hannah is 26, living with type 1 diabetes and a mental health disorder that keeps her from working. She needs SNAP to afford the food that keeps her blood sugar under control. If I don't get the food, she said, I could lose toes or limbs or go blind. The USDA scrapped together $4.6 billion from a contingency fund to cover half of November's benefits. After that, the money's gone. Meanwhile, Trump is on True Social blaming radical Democrats, pretending to reopen the government when really he's just having fancy parties and playing golf all the time. And Betty, she sees through it now. She called him very selfish. Betty, where have you been? She says he's too busy demolishing the White House to care about Americans going hungry. She also says she'd rather have a Democrat in office, someone who will actually protect the benefits her family depends on. Unfortunately for you, Betty, you realized a little too late. She voted for a man who claimed to fight for people like her. Instead, he's making them starve. This is exactly what happens when you believe Donald Trump's lies. You find out the hard way.
Jennifer Piggott voted for Trump in the November election. Then in February, she was fired from her civil service job.
Absolutely, I feel a little bit betrayed.
She was among more than 125 people dismissed last month from the Treasury Department's Bureau of Fiscal Service in Parkersburg, West Virginia.
Yeah, okay, so this woman voted for Donald Trump 3 times. You just know her Facebook is filled with multitudes of posts throughout the whole entire election cycle stating that immigrants were going to steal the jobs. Lo and behold, an immigrant did take her job, but not the ones that she thought would. The county that you're from, majority voted for Donald Trump. Again, you voted for him 3 times. West Virginia, 70% of y'all voted for Trump. It's like blah, 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 the thing about no empathy, no EQ until it comes to you. You didn't give a fuck until it came knocking at your doorstep, the usual. It's like I've been doing this for so long now, and I just wonder, what is it going to take for you guys to understand? For the MAGA crowd to understand, we can highlight these FAFO stories all day long, and it's almost like they literally do not care until it comes to them. They will see another MAGA get
Across the country, Americans who once proudly wore the red hats like badge of honor are waking up to a very uncomfortable truth. They are champion of the working class might not have been working for them at all. Now, take today's main character, a woman who voted for Trump three times. Three, not one, not two, three times, just to make sure the economy got fixed. Well, congratulations, it's fixed. Fixed so well that everything is broken. She says she believed in him, she trusted the promises, she thought this time, things were going to get better. Instead, inflation's doing acrobatic, job are disappearing like magic tricks. Grocery bills look like rent payments. Rent payments look like medical bills. Medical bills look like, well, tragedy. And now she like millions of others is wondering, wait, what exactly did I vote for? Don't worry, man. A lot of people are asking that question. The country is basically one big group chat full of "I told you so" messages. But here's the most interesting part. This isn't just about voter or one voter. This isn't just about one town. This is a national vibe shift. People who were once die-hard believers, the folks who would defend Trump no matter what, even when the economy was screaming for help, are finally opening their eyes. Not fully, though, not both eyes, but at least one eye. That's progress. Millions of Americans are realizing that slogans don't pay bills, rallies don't create stable jobs. And anger at the other side doesn't stop inflation. Because now the economy is squeezing everybody, regardless of your political bumper stickers. Wages not keeping up, cuts, running marathons, basic needs becoming luxury items, confidence in government somewhere between low and non-existent. Now, people who once felt secure are suddenly panicking. People who thought the economy was booming are now Googling how to survive a recession. People who thought America was winning are trying to figure out how to pay for eggs without selling their car. And when the consequences finally show up, they don't knock politely, they kick the door in. But what's truly wild in the shifting attitude is that a few years ago, questioning Trump was basically a crime in certain states. Now, the same people are asking, why did we believe this? How did we fall for this? What were we thinking? Short answers, right? You weren't. Long answers, you really weren't. Because now the economy is teaching lessons the hard way, the FAFO way. And people are learning that leadership isn't about shouting, blaming, pointing fingers, or saying, "Trust me," with no plans. Leadership is about stability, predictability, policy, competence, things America used to take for granted. And as the pressure rises, as families struggle, as jobs vanish, as communities fall apart, something else is happening too. Trust in governance or government is collapsing. Not just in Trump, not just in Republicans, not just in Democrats, in everyone. People feel abandoned. People feel lied to. People feel manipulated. People feel like the whole system is broken. And honestly, can you blame them? But here's the twist. Sometimes the only way people wake up is when reality hits so hard that even denial can't protect them. And that, my friend, is where America finds itself today. A country that spent years ignoring warnings is now facing the consequences up close, and the pain is real, right? Okay, so as our main character reflects on her three enthusiastic votes, the question is no longer did Trump keep his promises? The question is how much more are Americans willing to lose before they finally demand something better? And honestly, that's a question we need to have and a conversation too. Because the economy isn't a reality show. Your paycheck isn't a political game, and your future shouldn't depend on slogans. That's it for today's breakdown, folks. Let's not let's not rely on empty promises. So, do you think voters are finally waking up, or is this just another moment of temporary frustration? Is America headed toward real change, or just a deeper division? And most importantly, how many times do people need to FAFO before they start voting with common sense instead of emotions? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get this conversation moving. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. This is Global Views with Josh. I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, credit belongs to original creators.